Morning, Katie.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Good.
Good. Yeah, and we got your email, Katie, and we're working on those exhibits, so we'll get them to you as soon as we can.
Alrighty, thank you.
Welcome. Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge Bully.
Good morning, Katie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay.
I'm trying. Good morning, Ash.
Morning.
More things in the Twin Cities.
They're good. We haven't really gotten any snow or anything like that yet.
Nor have we.
Mm.
The lake was a real dark blue the other day. It was just really nice.
Yeah, it sounds pretty.
Andrew, I thought you were going to go psychedelic there for a bit. I was kind of wondering about that.
How are you doing, Ashley?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well. Already been a busy morning.
Yeah. Can imagine. Mm.
Has the tribe had any conversations with the defendant?
No, Your Honor.
Katie, have you heard from the defendant? Katie, are you there? I don't know. It doesn't sound like she can hear me.
I can hear you, Your Honor,
Okay,
Oh,
Bruce is here.
but for reasons I can't figure out, I'm not on video at this moment.
Okay.
But I believe I could just go by whatever I got going now, if that's acceptable.
As long as you can hear us and we can hear you, I can hear you. So that works for me. If you get on video, that'd be great.
Yeah. I hate to touch it for fear I'll lose everything.
You don't want to do that. So tell me, this is Bruce's iPad. So you're Mr. Oustigoff's attorney?
Yes, Bruce Anderson.
All right. Is your client going to appear with you?
He is not going to appear this morning. I'm representing him this morning. He will appear for the trial.
Okay. Katie, can you hear me?
Certainly.
I'm asking Katie, the clerk. So I don't know, Mr. Adams, she's not responding to your chat message either.
Katie.
Do we think that maybe she just stepped out to use the restroom?
You would have said something, I think.
Oh, she responded in the chat.
Okay, she can hear us. All right. Is Leah here or is Leah going to appear?
No, Your Honor. Leah is tied up dealing with some other matters this morning.
That's fine. I just wondered. Oh no, she's got a new computer. Doesn't have all the bugs worked out yet. Okay. No, Katie, we cannot hear you. But you can hear us. Okay. Everybody's here that's going to be here. So I'm going to call the case. I'm going to need you guys to fill me in with the numbers. I don't
Okay.
have the case number. Okay, this is the St. Croix Tribal Court. This is the matter of St. Croix versus Neal Oustigoff. Is that senior, Mr. Anderson?
Yes,
Okay. And Judge Bully is presiding on this matter. And I'm calling the court to order and ask for appearances. And I need someone to tell me what the case number is.
Yeah, the case number, Your Honor, is it is 20-CV-206.
Okay, 20-CV-206. Okay, I'm asking for appearances, please.
Your Honor, this is Attorney Andrew Adams, and I am appearing today on behalf of the St. Croix Chippewa Indians of Wisconsin.
this is Attorney Bruce Anderson. I'm appearing this morning on behalf of the defendant Neal Oustigoff Sr.
And Attorney Ashley Duffy is also appearing along with Attorney Andrew Adams on behalf of the tribe.
Okay, Katie Merrill, the clerk is here, and I'm assuming that Estella is also there. They can hear us, but their audio isn't working, so we'll proceed along this lines. Okay, this is a pretrial, is that correct?
Yes, Your
Yes.
Honor.
All right. Have the parties had an opportunity to discuss any of the matters before the court?
The pleadings that have been exchanged, that's, we've not really had any intensive settlement negotiations. Those were conducted prior to the filing of the litigation, if you will.
Is there anything in the complaint that the parties are in agreement with?
I guess I would say that we're in agreement that the various funds were received by my client. The question is whether or not they were inappropriately received.
Okay.
Yeah, and Your Honor, I would agree with Attorney Anderson's assessment. I mean, in Mr. Oustigoff's essentially like response to the discovery requests. I mean, and I don't want to. I mean, Attorney Anderson is definitely free to disagree with any way that I kind of state this, but I mean, Mr. Oustigoff didn't really, I mean, he pretty much admitted that he received receive the disbursements. And so the case is essentially going to be, it's going to be fixated quite a bit on the legal standard of whether, those disbursements were proper and legal under tribal law.
Mr. Anderson, is that where you've seen this?
I think that's a pretty fair summary, yes.
All right. Okay, so we're scheduled for a trial on this on next Wednesday and Thursday, is that correct?
Yes,
Your Honor.
Okay. Are we feeling that we're gonna need both days?
I mean, yeah, at this point, Your Honor, yeah, I believe we probably will need both days. I mean, there's a chance we might be able to wrap it up in maybe like a day and a half or something like that. I don't anticipate it going, more than 2 days, but I'd be reluctant to say, to kind of commit to being able to wrap it up, all of it in one day.
I would agree.
All right. So we don't have to reserve Friday?
I can't reserve Friday.
All right,
Well, I think 2 days is appropriate.
Yeah, I don't think Friday is going to be necessary, Your Honor.
all right. So the way this is going to go then is the tribe will present their case. The parties will be given an opportunity to do an opening statement. The tribe will present their case. The defendant will present their case, and then after you guys have completed your case, the court will decide, will spell out how we're going to go forward. I may be able to make a decision that day. I may need to have some time to think about it before I make a decision. But we'll let you know after you guys have put your case on the table. Are we understanding there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Anderson, you understand that it is required for your client to be at this hearing? If he's not.
I do, well,
Okay.
via Zoom, yes.
If he's not at the hearing, the court will entertain a default judgment.
But he is allowed to appear by Zoom, or required for that matter to appear by Zoom.
Everybody needs to appear by Zoom. No one can appear
Yes.
in person.
Yes,
Because of the pandemic is the reason that the court's taking that position. How many witnesses are we looking at, Mr. Adams?
I think the tribe is gonna essentially call. We're planning on 3, Your Honor. I mean, of course, we would want to question Mr. Oustigoff, and then potential, most likely Rick Peterson, who's the tribe CFO, and Carrie Stafford, who works in the finance department for the casino.
Okay, Mr. Anderson, how many witnesses are you going to be calling?
most likely 2.
Okay. Okay. So we'll start at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. Somewhere around 10:30, we'll take a 10-15-minute break. Somewhere around noon, we'll break for lunch. What do you figure, a half hour, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour? Something like, we'll make that decision at that time. Then somewhere between the time we come back from lunch, about halfway to 4:30, we'll take another 10-15-minute break for afternoon. And then when we get to the end of the day, what we'll do is whatever point is being emphasized, I would want that to be cleared up before we break for the day. And then again on Thursday, we would start again at 9 o'clock and it would follow the same type of pattern. And then after, you guys, of course, would all have an opportunity to make a closing start with the tribe. And then the defendant would be able to make his closing arguments. And then we would go from there. Okay, any questions about any of that?
No, Your Honor.
No, sir.
All right. Anything else we need to discuss today?
Not from
No,
the
sir.
defense.
All right, you guys. All right. we'll talk to you all on Thursday and we'll go from there. This hearing is adjourned. And I don't believe I need to do an order or write anything. I think you guys got this under control from what I've seen here on the record. Is that enough?
It is for the defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, okay, we'll let it go at that. Katie, is there anything that needs to be discussed as far as exhibits? You're gonna need to type that in the chat. Okay, everybody has an understanding on exhibits? Katie?
Yes, can you hear us, Judge Boley?
I can hear you now.
Good. I emailed both parties earlier this morning, and asking them if they could send us their exhibits as soon as possible so we can get working on them.
Okay. Mr. Adams, you have an understanding there?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Anderson, you have an understanding there?
I haven't seen it, but I do have an understanding, yes.
Okay, so what we want to do is need to get it to the clerk as soon as you can. Hopefully before Monday's over. If not, I'd like it to, it'd be great if you could do it today, but if you could have it before the end of business on Monday, so Katie can get all that stuff together and make sure that I have it in a workable fashion for me. Okay, you guys, unless there's another question, I'm going to adjourn this hearing. Okay, I'm not hearing any questions, so this hearing is adjourned, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.